Hey everyone. So, figured I'd post a video. It's been 6 years since I posted my last video. Um, we're catching up. Um, I'm no longer doing the gunsmithing, as far as a full-blown trade. Um, I did complete all of my armorers courses with SDI. Armorers courses. I think I mispronounced it. Um, However, I could not pass two of my Gen Ed courses. English 101, because A, I'm not a writer. I never will be a writer. And B, I don't care how many times I message saying I needed help, I needed assistance, I'm not understanding this, I'm not understanding the assignment. I never got an answer. So I failed it 3 times, and I said that was it. I wasn't going to try and do it again and waste more money. So, um, since then, let's see, where was I at when I was doing all that? I think I was at Walmart still working sporting goods as one of the firearm salesmen. I lasted there for about a year. I started having medical issues, and I wasn't sure what was going on. One second, let me fix this screen. If you guys haven't noticed, yeah, the quality kind of sucks. I am doing this from my laptop, and yes, I am doing this sitting in my bed. Ignore this wonderful thing I built. There's an outlet underneath it, and I used to have a big frame bed here, and it would crash against it if I tried to plug anything in, or if my ex, who no longer lives here and we're no longer together, uh, would reach to put some in there, and you're gonna break the damn thing quick. So I built this way back in the beginning when we first started. Anyways, so yeah, I'm sitting in my bed. Actually, my bed is frameless, so I'm sitting on the ground. Anywho's, don't mind, just skin problem. Anyways, so I started running into some issues, and I did not know exactly what it was. It did feel like it was dealing with my GERD, or commonly known as acid reflux. Um, it turned out it pretty much is, but my appointment was the day after they fired me. And I told them I missed those many days because, well, I didn't know what was going on. I just knew my stomach was not doing very well, and I was always in pain. And I told him I had a doctor's appointment, and it was the next day. And instead, the store manager saw fit to just let me go. Oh well, life moves on. The next day, though, I did find out that I have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. So yeah, that's fun. More meds. So after I left there, I forget what I was doing. I know I was jobless for, yeah, I think I was jobless for a bit. Um, and I had to take a new vehicle that we had gotten, my ex and I, to the e-check station. So for those of you that are not from Ohio, or don't have this kind of a program where you're at, or you do and it's just not called that, Ohio e-check is an emissions testing. I really can't talk like how I used to. It's oh god, an emissions testing facility. There are many over here in Northeast Ohio. Each, pretty much whatever the problem county is with air quality, any surrounding counties that touch its borders have to be tested as well. I live in Cuyahoga County, in Cleveland, Ohio, Northeast Ohio. Cuyahoga County is the problem county with air quality. It's not only just vehicles, it is a mixture of other bullshit, obviously. But because of it, the EPA wants us to test vehicles, da 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 da. The only good thing is it's free. Um, Way back before my time there, I had to pay $20 for it. It's free. So I ended up getting a job with them. It's actually the second time I worked for them. I worked for them way back in the past, 2007. So, yeah. So I got with them, worked my way up to an assistant station manager. I was with them for about a year and a half. I wasn't making enough to sustain family life. I moved on and started working in factories, started doing temp to hire. The place I got in with, yeah, well, they shut their doors down after about 6 months. Oh, and the reason why I gave up security. So, I think I already mentioned that because I was working at Walmart in the last video I posted. Yeah, I screwed up my back pretty decently. Still hurts. Still screwed up. Um, Brain fart. Hold on. Yeah, so I was with the factory. Did that for a while, about 6 months or whatever, and they shut the doors down. Or they shut their doors. Shut down. Anywho's, you know what the hell I mean. Uh, so after I left there, I started doing Uber. I was doing it pretty good. And mind you, that was 2019. Yeah, it's 2019 when all that happened. Yeah, so I started doing Uber. Did it pretty good. Did it actually full time for a decent amount of time. And 2020 hit. I don't know what happened in that horrendous year. Um, wasn't getting many rides. It didn't help that at the time I had to chop this wonderful thing off. It's taking me a minute to grow it back. Because I had to spray my house for ants and I forgot to wear a respirator. So all of it back sprayed into my beard. And I was hacking and coughing because of the pesticide in my beard. Even though I took a shower and washed it all out, it still was just messing with me. So yeah, of course I wasn't getting many tips or anything like that because people thought I had the Rona. Go figure. So anyways, I decided to make a change for myself. Sorry, itch. Sorry, got this thing on a laptop stand, and of course my legs crossed underneath it. Anywho's, I decided to make a life change, and I knew I had to do it for, well, to sustain myself and have something that I can always go to or make as a career, um, to, make sure I take care of my life and needs. I enrolled in Ohio Technical College. So for those of you that do know what Ohio Technical College is, you already know the industry. For those of you that don't know, Ohio Technical College is actually one of the nation's renowned technical colleges for the automotive field. Many different aspects of the automotive field, but not only that do they do. They also have a school called PSI that's integrated into Ohio Tech. PSI is Power Sports Institute. They work on your motorcycles, jet skis, snow machines. If it's something like a toy with a two-cycle engine or a V-twin, guess what? They work on it and they show people, kids, students, whatever, how to do that. And Ohio Technical College has many different courses as well, or I guess fields of study. I originally enrolled in auto diesel, so it's supposed to be a mixture of automotive, regular gasoline type, and diesel. I was originally doing that, but then realized, uh, you know, that semi trucks had very, very, very heavy parts. Knowing how bad my back was, I switched from auto diesel to just automotive. Um, did great. I was the oldest one in my class. Go figure. My class and I had since become family for the year and a half. We pushed each other, helped each other. We broke records at the school. We were the only class ever to get, all of us graduate with honors. It was great. Dipped my toes in a little bit with the automobile field at the first time. Worked at Conrad's for 6 months while I was in college. Conrad's is uh, it's a regular automotive shop. Think of Firestone or uh, NTB, stuff like that. That's what Conrad's was. So, worked there while I was still in class. Lasted about 6 months before I was ready to shove my, how big of a wrench was that? 25 millimeter double boxed end ratcheting wrench. And it was long, and I told him I was going to put it in his ass. I was going to give him a butt plug, is what I said. But anyways, so off that. Finished school, did Uber after school to just, make money. When I got out, I had to have umbilical hernia surgery. I graduated in March of 2022. April 1st of 22, I went in and got my hernia I didn't know I had under my belly button well, fixed. So I was down for a month, and then I got a job at a local shop that specializes in European cars. So BMW, Mercedes, Audi, VW, messed with a few Porsches, Jaguar, stuff like that. Anyways, I was there for 3 months before the manager or the shop manager and the owner wanted to argue over all the time of who was going to train me, how they were going to train me, and all that stuff. I'm sorry. I changed since way back then. I was kind of a bit of a pushover. I got a problem with authority when it comes to that kind of bullshit. If you're in charge, you're in charge. Make it known that you're in charge and do what you need to do. Don't try to, play both ends. Don't micromanage. I mean, if you're delegating to somebody, delegate. There's no need for you to micromanage. Anywho's, I keep going off on tangents. Sorry. So I was with them for 3 months before I left. I started doing Uber and Lyft. And before I left there, I had finally gotten a newer vehicle that was dependable. I was making payments on it. And this, of course, was 2022, and it was a Kia Sportage. Not push start. You can see where I'm going with this one. So, get a job at the factory that my at the time father-in-law, my ex-father-in-law now, was working at. Making good money, second shift, second stint, third. Got off at, I think it was 1 in the morning. Started at 3, I think. Pretty sure that's what it was. So anyways, yeah. Right before Christmas, I go out. I wasn't going to work yet. I went outside. I think I had missed a couple payments, and I just wanted to look, make sure the car was there. Always in fear of repossession. It wasn't there. I thought it was repoed. After I talked with the company I was doing payments through, found out they did not repossess it. Went over, looked at where my car was sitting, and found glass. My car was stolen by the Kia boys in this area. 3 days. Within 3 days' time, they found my vehicle. They found it because they had to chase it. With all these Kias getting stolen, they ran the plate that was on there. It did not come back to my vehicle, and it was my vehicle, and they found that there was a bolo for a vehicle matching my vehicle's description with the window that was broken out. They tried to stop it. There was 2 teenagers inside. They ran. Police gave chase. And just before they were about to cut it off because the chase was starting to become too hazardous to bystanders around, these kids plow into, and if you're from this area, or if you know of these nice giant wooden big gold park signs They plowed dead head on into a Metro Park sign that was completely made out of logs. They flipped my car over top. They actually did a somersault. I got to watch the flip freaking dash cam footage from the patrolman at the that was lead, and they hit it square on, and my car did a front flip and landed on the roof. Total. The kids got caught. One took the taser to the ass. I had to laugh at that, obviously. The other one gave up right away. He was the younger one, unfortunately. Uh, Never had a criminal record. Never was caught or anything, but also seemed pretty scared because apparently he was just hanging out with his brother who he hadn't seen him in because his brother was always getting in trouble. He was supposed to be wearing an ankle bracelet. When he got caught and tased in his ass, he didn't have an ankle bracelet on. He tore it off. So he was already wanted for that. He was 16. The other kid was like 14 or going on 15 or something. So I couldn't get any of the documents in that I needed to get paid back for that car. But the people I was paying it through, they at least nice enough, they're not going after me for the amount. Is it there still on my credit? Yes. Is it in collections? No. It's just, I don't know if they closed it. I think they closed it. But I don't think they're going to go after me for it because it was literally 6 months into owning the vehicle when this happened. And they felt bad. They felt bad. So yeah, that was that. I finally got this car that I have now. I have a 21 Chevy Impala LT. Not a good one. It's got many problems with it. Can't keep up with it. However, what I'm getting at, there I go on a tangent again. Worked with the factory until March. I started there in November. They have an attendance policy, and I missed one too many days. At the time when I was still with my ex, she fell ill, and I was doing my best to go to work and deal with that while she was here, just getting better. And there was a couple times where I had to stay home, and they didn't give a shit. So go figure. A month later, I started working for a division of NTB. Get back into the automotive industry. This this little division of NTB is called Fleet America, or was. If any of you know or don't know, but NTB was bought out by Mavis Tire. We'll get to that in a second. So I was working with that division of NTB called Fleet America. Where I was working at, they had how to put it, an exclusive contract with Enterprise Car Sales. Everybody knows who Enterprise Rent-A-Car is. They're globally known as a private company. A lot of people think it's actually a public company where there's people that own parts of the company. No, it's owned by the exact same family that brought it to fruition. I forget what year. They're the Taylor family. Its own CEO is the daughter or granddaughter to the original owner, the guy who started it. So I worked with NTB. What we did there was we actually were the ones that certified their used cars. They get brought in. There's someone who would inspect it. They would go through a very lengthy inspection. They call it a 109-point inspection. It's actually about 162. Different things that have to be inspected and made sure are working properly. And if not, repairs are recommended. That's put up to the at that time was put up to the Enterprise rep, who would either approve or decline it, because of budget, obviously. And if it was approved, the shop manager would then order parts for it, and then once the parts arrived, me and one of 3 techs at the time would do the repairs. It was fixed, it was approved, it was certified, it got sent off to one of 2 lots. There are only 2 lots in this area. There's one in Bedford Heights, Ohio, and another one's in Barberton Heights. Or Boardman. No, I think it was Barberton. I could be wrong. It could be Boardman or Barberton. I don't remember. Anywho's, so I was with them for 6 months, and just shy of the 6-month period. Oh, I am so sorry. Where's my coffee? I have totally forgot I had this here. And yes, the coffee cup says what it says. I forget which Father's Day gift it was. So, anyways, this video is getting long, and I've never really liked putting long videos up. Then again, my videos always wind up being like about an hour or some shit. So, back to the whatever I was talking about. So, about a month shy of what would have been my 6 months, we already start getting word that NTB is selling to Mavis. Mavis is taking over. Da 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 da. So, what do we ask? We ask, well, okay, what's going to happen with us? Because we're not regular garage services. We're not open to the public. We don't work on public vehicles. We work on these vehicles and these vehicles only fleet services. There was never a definitive answer until about a week before they shut the doors down that Mavis was not interested in doing fleet services. And so it was going to be up to NTB that was still there to decide if they were going to keep the doors open and let us do the Enterprise stuff or whatever, or just shut the doors down. Of course, we found out at the beginning of the last week that was our last week. They were shutting the doors down on us. However, prior to all that happening, about a week or so before that, some Enterprise major players came to us. One of them being the head of car sales at their corporate office. I know it's probably only the corporate office because they have so many damn places and divisions and all that stuff. Groups. They call them groups. So the guy who was head of car sales came down and he talked with all of us about just going ahead and keep doing what we're doing, but under the Enterprise name. But they would offer us great pay, and they were already looking to acquire a shop that is literally next door to their corporate office. Like, I can walk out of the shop, as you guys can tell, you know where I went. The office is like, I can walk out of my bay and go, alright, which monkey's looking at me now? And I know one of them's going to end up watching this video somehow, so like, I don't care. You guys know how I feel. You guys are great, but you are some suits. Anyways, so we jumped on it. The 3 of us that were still there. The one guy, he went to Mavis, bit the hook there, became a shop manager or some crap. Good for him because he was a damn narcissist. Glad he did not follow us. Anywho's, so the 3 of us went through the whole application hiring process for Enterprise. And we were, well, at least me and this other guy were without a job for about a month. Whereas the one guy who's now our inspector and lead tech, he went to Mavis initially just to keep time, because he had so much time in with MTV that he wanted to keep it, at least for the most part, so he switched over to Mavis. However, he ended up joining us. The one coworker and I started at the end of September, and he started in like the second week of October, so it wasn't even that long. And we worked out of the airport, Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, of course. It's Cleveland area, but we were working down with the rental cars. We were actually helping them first, learn more about the company, learn more about how their computer systems work, and all of that. That's all digital ROs, no hard copies. And the way they do things, it is 1, 2, 3 job. Each job is pretty much separated when it comes to a rental car. So you're doing an oil change, awesome. You got to replace 2 tires, well, you got to do an entire RO. Oh, you got something mechanical going on, but you've been approved to do it. You got to go under mechanical and explain what it is. Yeah, instead of just putting it all on one sheet. So did that for a while, and they were renovating that building next to corporate. And they were good to keep us in the loop. They actually brought all 3 of us there at at different stages of its rebuild, and said, okay, hey, does this look right? Hey, we're thinking of this. What do you guys think? They actually involved us into the building of this, and we told them, that sounds good, but we really need it this way because of the size of the building and the area that we have. It's got to be done this way. We're not going to be able to do it that way properly without issues or injury. And they listened. We've got a pretty much brand new building except for the exterior. They just redid the interior. New concrete floors, all of that. New lifts, tire machines, being a tire mounter and a tire balancer, brand new. 2 brand new 250-gallon oil tanks. One for used, one for new. Yes, we only use one type of oil. Enterprise is a little bit on the cheap side when it comes to stuff like that. So we put 530 in every vehicle. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't, because I know certain vehicles gotta have 020 or 520 or the random Toyotas with 016. Why? Anywho's, so yeah, we got all that. They actually supplied us with some brand new tools. We all got brand new air impacts. They are Ingersoll Rands. We all got brand new Milwaukee M18s, half-inch impact. They're nice. I don't like using them very much. I like my air impact. So I'll put this down here. I don't think I'll knock it over. I don't think. Anywho's, so yeah, things have been going great there. We've had ups and downs. We all had struggles. We've all had problems. We're all in a bit of a tight space now, whereas the shop I was at with MTB was pretty damn big. We just don't need it that big. But at the same time, kind of being cramped around each other. We all get into arguments here and there, but me and the other 2 guys, I mean, we're all like brothers. I mean, we look out for each other. Doesn't matter if we're mad at each other for one thing or another. We look out for each other. And I love it. I wish I would have gotten into the automotive industry so many years ago. My stepdad told me, was trying to teach me when I was younger. I paid attention a little bit, but at the same time, I was in high school, so I was more paying attention to skirts. And yeah, I am 40 years old now. I'll be 41 later this year in October. I don't know if any of you guys remember that my birthday's in October. And so my kids are grown up. It's been 6 years, right? So 6 years, my oldest was 15. The middle one was 13, and my youngest one was 11. My 2 stepkids that I had were also 15 and 13. Oh no, here come one of the cats. Hi, Peter. Very talkative. Yes, I hear you. I'm trying to record a video. Thank you. Asshole. Shh. Being a jerk. Yeah. Anywho's, I'm trying to talk to you guys and I'm getting. Come here. You want to be up here? You get to look at the camera. Or say hi, everyone. Say hi. This is Peter. This is actually my first ex-wife's cat. I'm housing them right now. There's three of them. And like I said, my other ex-wife, she moved out. She's with the three cats that I raised from little. This guy is a pain in the asshole. Stop being a pain. Go away. Thank you. So all I gotta do is annoy him a little bit and he runs away. Anywho's, so this goddamn screen won't stay where I want it. Um, so yeah, I've been there since. Um, we got into that facility March, like end of February, early March. Oh yeah, that's what it was. My kids, because there is an update there. So yeah, obviously went to Enterprise. All that good stuff's good. Um, I broke a foot or side of my foot, distal fracture. Not related at work. It doesn't feel good. Anyway, so back onto my kids because oh god, lots has changed. My oldest came out that at the time he um, wished to be a female and told me that she had been living as a female without my knowledge for at least the past 3 years because she was afraid to come out to me. Now, I'll admit, at first I was not very accepting of it. I was not the supportive, accepting father that I should have been at first. However, I wanted to make sure she was serious. It wasn't just some fad that she was trying to follow with social trends. I had her research it. What was involved in doing transgender or gender reassignment. I told her I want a full report on it about the process, the good, the bad, the side effects, cost, if you don't have medical, costs if you do have medical, because there's certain things they won't do under medical. And I'll be damned, this little girl, because I am accepting and I am an open-minded person. I believe to each their own. There is no, oh, this, and this. And I also believe in freedom of religion, so therefore, I don't believe religion has any play on it. I believe leave each other to our devices, leave each other to our choices. If I make a choice, it ain't gonna hurt you. Oh well, life moves on. She made a choice. It's not gonna hurt me. I was sad at first because I lost my junior, but now I've gained a daughter that I never knew I had, and she is abso-fucking-lutely amazing. So anyway, so yeah, so she's in the middle of transition. She is 21 now. We did find out too late in life, not so much too late, but she has autism, and it is getting progressively worse. She used to be high functioning, now she's just kind of losing some functionality, especially when it comes to social life, going outside the house and whatnot. It is hard for her to do. Loud crowds, noise, that kind of stuff, it bugs her. It bugs her really bad. She'll have a panic attack, and I'm not pretty. So there's that. My 19-year-old. Yeah, he definitely takes after me, stubborn jackass. He dropped out of high school last year. That I didn't like. I tried, but he didn't do it. But not only did he drop out, so he was dating this girl online, long distance, never met each other in person for 2 years, maybe more. And finally, this past summer, yeah, it was this summer that's coming to an end, but the beginning of it. Apparently, he had decided to go visit and finally meet in person. And the girl's mom was all for it, allowed him to stay there at the house. And he was gone for he was originally saying he was going to be gone for like a couple weeks, and he was gone for a month. He comes home. He's like, hey, I'm going to spend a month here, but I want to let you know I do have plans of moving back. My first words on my mouth is she pregnant? He goes, no, Dad. So yeah, we did stuff, but no, she's not pregnant. We did have a scare, but it came up negative. I'm like, okay. 2 weeks into his visit here, I come home, and he's like, hey, I gotta cut my visit short. I need to talk to you. I'm like, oh, fuck. And he's looking at me, I'm like, it was a false negative, wasn't it? He goes, yeah, she's pregnant. I'm like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna establish myself there with her mom's help, and get a job, and I'm gonna take care of my business. I couldn't be more proud of that boy, because he's doing just that. He's having a little difficulty in PA because no one wants to hire him because he doesn't have well, people want to hire him, but they can't hire him because he doesn't have a Pennsylvania ID. And he's having a hard time getting it because apparently he needs a piece of mail at the address that he's staying at. And he doesn't have any bills. He's living with his girlfriend's mom and family. So he's running into some hiccups there. But his girlfriend is healthy. The baby is healthy right now. The baby's not born yet. But that means, yes, this 40-year-old guy is going to be a papa. Come January, I think it's the due date. I'm happy. Never thought I'd be happy to hear you're going to be a grandpa. Look on my mom's face though when we told her, hey, you're officially a great grandmother. She looked at me, she looked at the kids and went, which one? I'm going to kill which one? We all pointed at Nico. She goes, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Crowley, my youngest. So, yeah, that was great. My youngest is actually still in high school. He is a junior, just started the junior year. Oh, I am so proud of all three of my kids. And my two stepkids that are still living with my ex-wife, obviously. They are doing amazing. Her oldest is full-blown autistic. Level 2, I think that's what it used to be called. Now there's no longer levels. He is essentially no social functioning except if he has no other alternative. So yeah, there's that. And then her youngest did go to Kent State, but has major health issues going on that he's going to have for the rest of his life. So he dropped out and he's doing online courses. So yeah. So I mentioned my first ex-wife, the cats. I am helping my first ex-wife out. She's in a situation, so I've been helping her out the best that I can. Even though things in my place are going down the toilet drain and there ain't no clog. Nothing's in the way of it. I'm working on it. I'm fine. On another note, so I've mentioned or said a few times a certain phrase. I don't, and I was like this way back then through those videos. I don't know if anyone ever noticed. I don't think I ever mentioned. I am Norse. Okay. I have not done a lineage check 100%. However, German is my primary ethnicity or background, especially because of my last name. I'm pretty sure it's on here because I think my page is still OFCRM Hein. Hein is my last name, so predominantly German. Got a little bit of Italian and Irish, Dutch, which I'm curious about. I think Swedish, Hungarian, but predominantly German. I don't know if the Dutch, Dane, or Swedish by chance have any links to any Northmen. That was my text message. Give me a second. I gotta see who that is. Might be important. This is the first ex-wife. She's excited. She gotta do a place. So anyways, I'm Norse. Okay, but I'm pretty sure if I have any Northmen or Viking lineage, it's more than likely going to be Germanic. But I've been like this for a long time. I've been learning and searching myself for my path in life, and I found that way back then. Thus, the reason why I've decided I am keeping my beard. I've shaved it off a couple of times to get irritable. I'm just going to take care of it. Yeah, it looks kind of crappy right now. I need to clean it. It's time this week to clean my beard, and I have to use a beard straightener because I do get some pretty bad knots. And then my hair, remember I always loved being bald. I still kind of do, but I've been trying to grow this mop out. And it's been working a little bit. My goal is to put a dragon braid down it, and then whenever my financial situation gets better, I'm going to, obviously, I got these trimmed down right now, but I usually have this bald all the way around. I want to get some Nordic pieces tattooed on the side of my head. Maybe a couple Nordic runes, Norse runes, Dane runes. I know there's a bunch of different versions. Um, so yeah. But anyways, what I'm getting at is that's where I've been the last 6 years. I have noticed a lot of people, subscribing to my channel. I know I don't really see a growth in my subscribers. I've not posted anything in 6 years. I've been recently getting a lot of comments on my one video where I think I milled out the aluminum blower and it went wonky, and then I milled out well, they're both aluminum. Anyways, there was the raw blower, and then there was the one I bought that was pre-Cerakoted. I know I didn't do the greatest. I've since then had to sell that AR. I only have one firearm right now, which sucks because of money. I have my old Sigma that I've done a couple of dippings on. Right now, it's dipped as a blue carbon fiber. I'm going to be redoing that. I'm going to get it. I'm either going to Duracoat it or Cerakote it. I did a Duracoat for a friend. I didn't do so well as my first one. But yeah. So yeah, I really don't do videos much anymore. I'm too busy, and life is going on. So I'm 44 minutes into this damn video. I'm so sorry. I go off on a tangent, squirrel, pretty much. And I know I'm awkward. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I didn't tell you. So, I know for a fact I've mentioned that I was a Navy veteran. Um, it was early 2021 that I found out, and mind you, 2021 would be 16 years after I was discharged from the Navy. I am a disabled veteran. I did not know. I was seeking therapy because I was having real bad thoughts go through my head. It was getting bad. I sought help. I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder with depression, and my therapist through the VA noticed some connections between my last mental health check at the VA and the one mental health check I had when I was in the Navy while I was stationed in Mississippi. So he told me he was going to do some investigating for me, and he did. And he said everything I found points to you being eligible for disability and that you have a claim for disability and you are a disabled veteran. Of course, to me, it's like, well, it's mental. How am I a disabled veteran? It's not like I lost a fucking leg or, got shot and now I gotta ride a fucking powered wheelchair or some shit. I didn't know that mental health could be that much of a disability. I still battle with it to this day. I'm still here. But yeah, other than that, I love my job as an automotive tech. And I'm going to do my best to try to get my ASEs, goddamn expensive ass shit, and don't have free time to do it. Anyways, my goal is to be a master tech. And I know I'm 40. I know I got into this industry late. But I'm going to make it happen. So, anyways, as we come to the conclusion, I think I said this 2 other times of this video, I just want to say what I've always said. Have fun. Be safe. Do what you love, folks. Because as long as you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. Too zoomed out. Zoomed in. Whatever. Skull. Take care.